And the one thing you do want to do before you don't want to do that. Don't do that. Hello, welcome to the Food52 Test Kitchen, the brand new HQ, very exciting. My name is Emily Ziemski. I am the food editor here at Food52. Today, we are making tuna tonnato 3 ways. Tuna tonnato at its core simply is tuna paste, for lack of better phrasing. It's like if you took tuna salad and just blended it a little bit more. It's a really versatile paste. It's from the Piedmont region of Italy. It's normally served over veal, but we're gonna play with it a little bit today. I'm using 3 cans of tuna. They're 5 ounces each. Just use what you've got. So I am just using a good old food processor. If you have a Vitamix, also works. If you have one of those little ninja blenders, also works. If you have one of those little tiny baby food processors, that's what I also have at home, also works. So I'm going in with the tuna with all of its liquid along with the tuna meat itself, because I like a little bit of extra juice with my tonnato. I like it to be a little bit more spreadable. Normally, tuna tonnato calls for egg yolk and olive oil, and what is mayonnaise but at its core, both of those things. I've got garlic. Normally, 1 batch of tuna tonnato just calls for 1 clove of garlic. I'm using 5. Measure with your heart. We're also using pantry favorite anchovies. If you don't like anchovies, I would suggest using something that's also briny, like a caper or an olive, if you want to make that substitution. If you get a little anchovy oil in there, also fine. That is extra flavor, right? Or, you know, olive brine, caper brine, whatever you are choosing to use. We also have some paprika. You can use sweet or smoked. Smoked is going to give you a little bit of an earthy depth of flavor. Sweet is just going to give you a little levity, a little brightness. And lemon, which I do not have, and I'm going to go grab that. For brightness, for acidity, it's going to lighten, brighten the entire dish. Upside down lemon, just make sure I'm not getting any seeds in there, which is a real crime and it's real sad, and I don't want that. Beautiful. So before we keep going, the one thing you want to do is you always want to taste as you go. I'm just going to give this a little taste just to make sure that there's enough acid, there's enough salt, everything's balanced. That's really good. So I promised you 3 ways, right? Let's start with way number 1, and that is just with pasta. We're going to turn it into a pasta sauce.
Nice catch.
Yeah. So I have some already cooked pasta. I just had a little olive oil on it just to make sure that it didn't stick together. That is just a little restaurant tip for you. So I'm using bucatini today. I'm going in with a little tonnato on top. I'm gonna be finishing this. I made some garlic breadcrumbs ahead of time. Breadcrumb amount, doesn't matter. You love breadcrumbs, more breadcrumbs. You want less breadcrumbs? Less breadcrumbs. I'm gonna do a little bias cut of scallion. If you want, you can finish with a little more olive oil, also with another squeeze of lemon. So that's tuna tonnato, way number 1, pasta. So way number 2 is just going to be as a bed for vegetables. Vegetables love a sauce. I don't know, maybe it's growing up with that broccoli and cheddar cheese lifestyle, but when I eat vegetables, I always want a little bit of a little sauce. I have a beautiful serving plate. I love a dark colored serving plate for contrast when I am working with something like this, just because it looks so cool. It makes your photos pop. This is a nice little bed, right? Don't you want to, like, I don't know, take a nap on this, hang out for a while, like curl up in a blanket, have a little snooze. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab my asparagus. So I've got some already roasted asparagus. In the summer months, this could be a really nice opportunity to do grilled vegetables, put that over tuna tonnato or put that with tuna tonnato. To finish, I am just taking some fresh lemon slices so that whoever's eating this can do a little final squeeze of citrus. And that's tuna tonnato number 2 for the second way, and that is just as a bed for veggies. You could also use it as a bed for meat or fish. Like I said in the beginning, in the intro, tonnato is most classically used as a little sauce topper for veal. So for our final way is, I think, the simplest way. We're gonna use it as dip. So this can be paired with crudité, so raw veggies. I'm using wheat thins here. I think the slight sweetness of them really pairs super well with a really savory dip like this. For an extra bonus point, you could absolutely put this in an oven-safe container, a little ramekin, and you could broil it under the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes, get a nice little golden crust on it, but you absolutely don't have to do that. You could just, make it ahead and make it as is. And just to garnish, just to give it a little fresh moment, I'm just taking a little fresh parsley. I'm gonna give it a little rough chop. If you don't like parsley, you can use cilantro. If you do not like cilantro, I would suggest maybe something like basil. If you don't like any of those, you could also do a little Parmesan cheese topper if that's your vibe, if that's your moment. And that is tuna tonnato way number 3, which is just as a dip. As you can see, I have friends in the test kitchen. I really hope they eat all of this, otherwise I have to. I am personally gonna dig into this as a dip because I am hungry and I love tonnato. It's just like this perfectly oceanic, tangy, salty, lemony dip. I absolutely love it. If you like this video, if you like hanging out with me, please make sure to like and subscribe. I am Emily Ziemski. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey guys, do you wanna come eat? Come eat, come try it. It is like whipped tuna salad.
I love it.
Rebrand, tuna tonnato, whipped tuna salad. You heard it here first.
It does taste like the ocean.